Good morning, class. Once again, this is your English teacher, Sir Sanjay. Welcome to the online classes, or rather, YouTube session. These sessions are doubt clearance session, or if I make it clearer or simpler, sessions usually meant to clear your doubts and explain the lesson in detail. Alright. So, if you remember, in the last class itself, we started this lesson. I started explaining you the lesson called The Little Red Hen, isn't it? The name of the lesson is the I'll be using digital tool like I always do, the Little Red Hen. So I have completely explained this lesson in the last class if you remember. What I'm going to do is I'll summarize this lesson in a comprehensive manner and then we'll be discussing some of the exercises. Let me make it very clear. We'll be discussing only some of the exercises. The reason behind this is most of the exercise and have been given to you already. They have already been solved, right? And the notes have been provided to you in the form of PDF files on WhatsApp group created earlier. Okay, so without wasting further time, let's begin. This story was about a red hen, right? She had few friends, viz the goat, cat and the goose, isn't it? So she goes on and finds what few seeds of grain, right? And then she asks her friends, who will help me put these grains plant who will help me plant these grains. The answer of her friends were no. All of them replied with an oh no. Clear? Then as it goes on, we see, as time goes by, the grains grew, and then she asks her friend, who will help me pick the wheat. Okay, who will help me pick the wheat? The answer comes no again. Okay, so again, the as time passes by, sorry for that, I'll just go back to the previous screen. So as time passes by, what happens is, she, after picking the wheat, she requests or asks some of her friends to accompany her to the where? To the flour mill, right? In order to grind the wheat, isn't it? To where? Flour, right? Why isn't it working? Just a second. Yeah, sorry for that. It's working fine. So she wanted them to go to the flour mill. Is it this one or this one? Which is correct in this case? First one, FLOUR, is correct, right? The second one refers to ground, the wall and all. Clear? So she asked which of her friends would accompany her to the flour mill because she wanted to grind the flour, okay, convert them into powder so that she could use them to make roti, chapati, bread, whatsoever. So no one agreed, like they did all as usual. So she decides to do it on her own, right? Without wasting any time, she took it up took it up on herself to complete this activity on her own, right? So she successfully completed that. She grinded the flour and then she came back home and baked fresh wonderful breads, right? Then she asked her friends the same question. Which question? Who will help me eat these breads? Now the friends who usually used to say no for everything simply responded positively. They said, yes, I'm going to eat, I'm going to eat, I'm going to eat. Everyone was responding positively now. Okay. But the hen did not agree with them this time. She said, no one is going to eat. Only me and my chicks will eat because none of you helped me from the beginning when I was picking the seeds, and I was trying to, kind of clear the thing. Okay, so this is what. Okay, so there is a moral in the story. Can anyone tell me what is the moral? In fact, even if you say, I'm not going to listen to you, but I'll make sure that I ask you the moral. Sorry, I'll ask you the moral of the story in the next class. The question will be, what do you think is the moral of the story? It's simple, right? You cannot simply expect people to help and reward you without you ever helping them. Okay, so let's analyze some of the exercises. So here is a prepare section. These are basically activities, right? Prepare section. What is this prepare? Let's say, draw your favorite animal on piece of paper. Okay, you are asked to draw any animal, your favorite animal, be lion, tiger, giraffe, whatever you like, on a piece of paper, and stick spices and grains of different colors to make it colorful. You know spices, right? Masala and grains like wheat, these and that, of different colors to make the picture colorful. You are asked to find out the names of the grains and spices and write them down. This activity is going to be interesting. So here is your homework. Okay, here is your HW. My recommendation is try and complete this at your home as homework, and in the next Google Meet doubt clearance session, I'll be asking each one of you whether you have completed this or not. I'll be taking up a follow-up. How is that? Does that sound good? I think it does, right? So I'll be checking it up on all of you. Okay, see you then. Now let's move on. What do we have? Let's see. Here is the official beginning of exercises. Practice. What is it? Practice. What does it say? Comprehension. What is the meaning of word comprehension? To read and to understand. We already read the exercise, right? So based on our reading, we'll be trying to solve this exercises. 1. The chicks were dash in color, golden or green? Is it green? Yes? Absolutely not, right? They were golden in color, right? Next, the little red hen used to sing and dance while walking or cry while walking. What is it? What is it? What do you think it is? Of course, sing and dance, right? The rest are same. I'm not going to solve them. 5 says the lamb, goose, and cat did not get the bread. They were happy or sad. This is simple. You do it. Of course, they'll be sad, right? They were sad because what is the reason? They were sad because they did not get the bread. And why did they not get the bread? They did not get the bread because they did not help the hen at all, right? Now let's move on to next section. B. This is section B. Answer these questions. I'm going to discuss a few of them. Okay, see, the order of the exercise solving may have gone up and down. Do not worry about that. Match it up with your textbook and do it on your own. Okay, so what did the little red hen do when she found the grains of wheat? What did she do? She thought of planting them, right? Not only did she think, she did the same. 2. The little red hen ate the bread with her chicks. Why? She ate the bread with her chicks. What is the reason? The reason is simple, because none of her friends help her, in any way, from planting the seed to grinding the seed. So why would they be allowed to simply eat it, right? Because they were not helpful. towards her at all. That's the reason why. You cannot simply expect people to help you and treat you unless you help them, right? So this is the moral. Next is, did the little lamb, the goose, and the cat do a wise thing by not helping the little red hen? No, they were not wise at all, right? Because the little red hen was all along doing good thing, and if someone is doing good thing, our moral responsibility is to help that person. Because if someone does something good, we should encourage and boost him or her up so that the same work is successfully accomplished. Alright, children, so remember always, if someone helps, if someone is on his or her way towards doing something good, always encourage him, okay, and help him, provide support. Next is, what do you think would have happened if they helped her? Simple, what would have happened? They would have been treated with warm loaves of bread, right? But due to their nature, they miss those bread. Poor cat, goose, and find out. 5. What stages did the grains go through to become a loaf of bread? Very simple. Grains grew into wheat, they were grounded, first they were planted, right? Then finally, after getting grinded, they were brought back to the chick's home, not chicks, the hen's home, and then she made them into fine bread. So should we help others? Why? Of course we should help others, because if we do not help others when we are in trouble, or if we are facing any sort of problem, they would also never feel like helping us, right? And helping is a great virtue. It will make people kind, feel kind and considerate towards ourselves as well, right? So these are, fill up the blank. Some cues are missing in the next page. You will do them on your own. One who owns a farm is a farmer. What is the spelling of farmer? Of course, Farmer. Children, you all know who is a farmer, right? One who farms. They grow vegetable, grains, food grains like rice and all. Without farmer, we will never be able to eat the tasty vegetable grains like rice and all that we all eat and serve, okay? So we should always be thankful to our farmers who serve the food that we eat on a regular basis in our plates, okay? So here is a conversation between a young girl and a boy. What does he say? Here is a new set of colors for you. That is so nice. Here is your new book. Oh, how wonderful. I love it. Right. So you ask the form peers and practice saying this dialogue. Very simple. You can practice saying this dialogue with your siblings, say brother or sister. And if they are not around, you can try practicing this dialogue with your father or your mother, whosoever it be. Okay, with your father or your mother. Okay, try practicing this dialogues. Simple. Okay, now let's move on. What do we have? What do we have? Let's see. It is a grammar section. Grammar is one very important part of English. It helps you read, listen, and most importantly, it helps you read and write English correctly. Clear? So we are asked to read these sentences. Let's do the same. Repeat after me. This is my book. The cat is sleeping. The words in color are naming words. Which words are in color? You cannot see here. The word cat. It's quite tiny, right? The word cat is in color. And in the first sentence, this is my book. The word book is in color, right? Oh, sorry for that. Sorry for that. Yeah, the word book and cat are in color, right? These two, to be precise. Okay. So what do we have about this words in color? Let's find out. See, the words in color are naming words. Any word that names something, that may either name a person, okay, any word naming a person, an animal, a place, or a thing is a word, naming word. Clear? So this, I believe, will be the last exercise analysis for the day. As we move on, we'll do more. So you asked to name all the things that you see in the picture. It's very simple, children. I recommend you to do this on your own. Clear? What is this? This is a horse. What is this? I don't know. Find it out on your own. This. Then what do we have? We have all these animals. I want you to, list them down in your notebook. Okay. So now let's read this sentence. Ram has a sister. Lucknow is in Uttar Pradesh. Look at the words in color. The words in color are Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow, Ram, isn't it? So they are spatial names. Spatial names, right? Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh are the names of places, and Ram is the name of person. Remember your name. For example, if your name is Sham, Sham will be a would be a person, and your name is the name of person. Similarly, Lucknow, Imphal, Uttar Pradesh, these are names of places. Okay. You are asked to look at the words in color. They are special names of people and places. We always use capital letter for special names of people, animal, and places. One very important lesson here. Remember, for names of people, let's say Imphal. If I have to write Imphal, I'll always begin with capital I and not small I. Okay. So Imphal with capital I is correct, and Imphal with small I is incorrect. Okay, this is wrong and this is right. Similarly, if I have to write a name, let's say Ram, R-A-M, I'm beginning with capital. And if I write similar name with small r, R-A-M, that's wrong. So which is right here? This is wrong. This is right. So remember, if I write names of special person, people, or place, I'll always begin with capital letter. Okay. So now the rest of the exercise, I believe, could be discussed in the next class, possibly, because this exercises have already been discussed. What you can do is you can self discuss them on your own, and if you have more doubts pertaining to this lesson, you can always ask me questions related to this on Google Class. Since I have not been keeping up with good health of late, I skipped a few, but do not worry, we'll always be clearing them on Google Meet doubt clearance session. Okay, because they have already been given. All I want you to do is clear them on your own, first thing first. Okay, learn, so re-summarize this lesson. Try practice reading. Okay, try practice reading, pronounce difficult words on your own. That's how you learn it, and learn by heart the question answers and all. Self reading, children, is one very important thing. If you do self reading well, things will be easier. Okay, so do not waste time, complete this self reading properly. All right, thank you everyone for being part of this class. It was wonderful to be with you all. Good night. Goodbye.